It's an Earth Day miracle. The Liberals just might meet their arbitrary, totally made up, won't do a damn thing to change the climate CO2 emissions targets. All it took was double-digit unemployment, putting the entire country under house arrest and also shutting down the entire economy. Friends, if you're watching this video, well, good news. You successfully survived Earth Day without being composted by a romantic partner. So, congratulations on the much-needed bit of good news during these dark times. Did you know that, though? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. The founder of Earth Day, Ira Einhorn, was a murderous hippie, as so many tend to be, who composted his long-abused girlfriend, Holly Maddox. He killed Maddox after she ran away from him and his left-wing male control and manipulation. Einhorn then left her remains in a steamer trunk like trash for a year and a half. He was eventually charged with her murder in 1979, but before he could be brought to justice, he fled to Europe to start living his best life, shacking up in a converted windmill in France with his next companion, a Swedish heiress, for about the next 20 years. Einhorn was eventually brought to justice and then to prison, and just a few weeks ago, he died where he belonged, behind bars, miserable and sickly. But Einhorn's green legacy lives on, despite his many crimes, totally normalized, greenwashed as it were. You see, it's very weird that the institutional left, who must run every historical man through the lens of modern wokeness, cancelling historical accomplishment like our first Prime Minister of Canada, Sir John A. Macdonald, to General Cornwallis for not meeting modern PC standards, well, they go about completely ignoring or excusing the historical sexism of the likes of David Suzuki or the murder and flight committed by Ira Einhorn, because to the left, the ends justify the means. The earth is more important than people, than lives, and even more important than all the things the left say they care about, like not being a total creep show to women and abusing a power imbalance like so many left-wing men seem to do. And the Liberal government? They're a perfect example of how the environmentalist horrible ends justify the means. The coronavirus pandemic is going to help them meet their stupid emissions targets. The story is in Blacklock's today. Gas and diesel use fell by billions of liters last month as Cabinet invoked stay-at-home orders, Statistics Canada said yesterday. The Commons Finance Committee was told recession-bound motorists should have no difficulty meeting greenhouse gas emissions targets this year. In the short term, we've solved the problem of greenhouse gas emissions. Philip Cross, former chief economic analyst for StatsCan, testified April 3rd at the Finance Committee. Air travel and oil and gas production in this country are going to decline and are not going to recover for quite some time. We should stop worrying about that and start worrying about growth in whatever industries we can get to grow, because there's going to be an awful lot of income loss and debt dislocation to deal with coming out of this crisis, said Cross, senior fellow with the Macdonald-Laurier Institute, an Ottawa think tank. Friends, all it took was complete economic shutdown and putting an entire nation of free people under house arrest to please the United Nations Paris Accord overlords. But Justin Trudeau's Liberals, well, they finally got to that low-carbon future and complete and total phase-out of the oil sands that they've been promising us for so very long. And as it turns out, this economic shutdown and the confinement of Canadians to their homes, well, it's going to be far more deadly than Ira Einhorn and the pandemic combined. According to a report by University of Calgary's School of Public Policy, for every 1% increase in Alberta's unemployment rate, 16 more people will die of suicide, phasing out a lot of Alberta men to phase out those carbon emissions. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the little bell so you never miss a story from us. Now, during this pandemic, a lot of journalists are basically just repeating verbatim whatever Justin Trudeau says in his 15 minutes of prepared statement every single day before he goes back into his mansion and hides from work for the next 24 hours, but not us here at Rebel News. We're working hard to hold the government to account. If you'd like to support the work we do here, please go to helprebelnews.com.